Welcome back. Mental health and addiction treatment. Fund Recovery is helping raise money to help families thrive in Middle Tennessee. We are here with Ryan Kane and former NFL player Eric Decker.
Yes, and welcome in. You guys have a big fundraiser coming up. We're excited to jump in and talk about that. But first, we're going to talk about this vending machine, because something unique inside the vending machine you'll find that's debuting on the 15th downtown.
The 15th, yep.
Tell us about it.
So it's not Cheetos or Doritos.
Right.
It is naloxone, and naloxone is a overdose reversal drug.
Yeah.
People in Tennessee don't realize this. We're the second worst state in the country for fatal overdose deaths, and it's been like that for several years. So Fund Recovery, we've been around since 2011 trying to fight the opioid epidemic and help people get therapy or treatment. And we just felt compelled to take some action to really change that narrative when it comes to overdoses. So we're putting these vending machines in strategic locations and giving out free medication. Anybody that needs it, you just go like you're getting a snack out of the machine, and it deploys Narcan or naloxone.
It's so amazing and so needed. But this is just scratching the surface of all that Fund Recovery does. Please explain.
Well, one of the main things we do is anti-stigma. And so this is a good example of this naloxone thing, because we've been talking about it for years, and a lot of people think it's you have to be a drug addict to have it. And the truth is that anybody can be a hero. If you have it in your car, you can see how small it is. Keep it on you. Downtown Nashville is the second worst city in the country for deaths. Yeah. So, you know, if you see someone having a seizure or having an event, you can deploy this medication like a nasal spray. It doesn't do any harm. If they're not having an overdose, they're not going to have a bad reaction. You can't hurt anybody by using it. But it's just something that we think that from an anti-stigma perspective, we need to educate the community on.
Which is why funding is so crucial. We know that. Eric, tell us about this grand event coming up. We got a little golf, a little dinner, a concert.
Yeah, it's the fourth year. You know, I got involved kind of right at the beginning of these events as a former player. You know, talking about stigmas. I think the stigma as a professional athlete dealing with mental health, or, you know, for those that are dealing with addictions, you know, you find a place to get support, because it's a hard environment to be at, kind of in those locker rooms and be able to talk and have those real conversations. And so this event is for that. It's for the awareness of having the conversations, of normalizing these stigmas. And then, you know, the golf is such a great event just to get out there and have some fun. But the dinner is about what Fund Recovery does, coming together to raise funds to help those that need the support right now.
So awesome. You know, the organization, it says volunteers and board members each carry their own stories of behavioral health and substance abuse. Explain why that's so important to share with everyone. It's listed right on your website.
Yeah, I think it's crucial that it offers hope to people. I think it also shows people that you're not a bad person if you have an addiction issue, right? I suffered from an addiction issue, and I wouldn't have wanted to be my friend 13 years ago. But someone helped me, and I've been able to kind of rebuild my life since then, and I feel a purpose to give it to the next person, and our whole team feels that way.
Doing what Tim Shaw just said to do, struggles.
Very true.
And empowering others.
Do you have any personal stories that you could share with us?
Yeah, I retired in 2018, and the transition for me out of sports was very difficult. And, you know, Ryan's like a big brother for me. He's someone I leaned on through it, because I just dealt with depression, dealt with just kind of the lows of my life. And I had, you know, 3 kids at the time, beautiful wife, and like things were good, but I just didn't know what my purpose was in life. I put so many of my eggs in the basket with sports and football, and so kind of figuring out and finding who I was and working through that journey, and knowing that I'm not alone. You know, I can have that conversation. I think as a man especially, I never was vulnerable in having those conversations with another man. So having Ryan be someone to lean on, and then finding a group of people to say, like, listen, we're not alone. And I think this is a great story of that stigma, that there's so many of these stories out there that everyone's suffering alone, but you're not alone. And so I think we want to just allow that space for awareness that, you know, we are here for each other, and this life can be hard, but we can get through it if you work together.
Totally. And I want to dive into that a little bit more, because everyone should be, you know, open with others, especially those that they trust. But guys, this is this big former NFL player. It's not it doesn't take away your masculinity
Right.
to be open and vulnerable. Please share that.
Amen. Yeah, and I think that's the thing. Masculinity is being vulnerable, you know, and I'm a better man for it. I've been a better husband, better father, better, you know, community member. And so it's great going through that journey because now I can share, the struggles I had and the reality of it and be able to see it in someone else and be able to pull them, lift them up so they can make a difference in our community.
I love that. And it's all about sharing that community, as we mentioned. Take us to this event. Why should folks come? Who will we hear perform?
Jeffrey Steele is going to be
Yes.
performing, and then we have Harper Grace is going to be opening for Jeffrey, which will be great. Matt Rogers is hosting. If you don't know Matt, he is amazing as the auctioneer. He's very entertaining. And then, of course, we have all the football players that are coming in. So we have 8 Hall of Famers coming in and a lot of former Titans that'll be here.
And who are we putting our money on? Who's going to win?
Well, we had that conversation earlier. I think Jared Allen, for me right now, takes the pie because he's, you know, been playing a lot of golf since he's been retired. So
Jared Allen.
How are you?
if it's pickleball, a different conversation. Golf, no.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Appreciate
Thanks so
you.
much. Make a donation. Get involved and get help. Sign up for the golf tournament, dinner, and concert. Coming up on Monday, it's all at fundrecovery.org.